Hello guys, welcome to the exam rat. So today we are going to start our chapter number 11 constructions from unit number 4 geometry. Right, in ninth class also you have studied a little bit about constructions like how to draw the perpendicular bisector and how to draw certain angles. So in this particular construction, this is also a very short chapter. In this particular chapter you are going to study to how to divide a line segment in a particular ratio and how to draw the tangents, how to draw this similar triangle. That's all. Okay, so I hope you people just listen to me very carefully and will have a look, and then you will be getting the PDF notes too, and it will be helping you a lot. Okay, so for more such videos, please go through our website, and if you are new to our platform, please go through our website and just subscribe, and you will be getting the PDF notes and all kind of help on our platform. Okay, so without wasting time, let's just start with our chapter number 11, constructions. Right, so basically what this construction term means, you all already know that construction means to construct something. It is basically to construct the shapes, angles, line segment. It can be a construction, right? Everybody knew what's a construction is, right? Shapes, line segments, angles, anything. So when we build a house, then also we say that we construct a house. Okay, so similarly when we construct the shape, then we also consider it the construction, right? So today we are going to study the construction for 10th standard, and let's have a look on what is the construction. So first of all, we are going to start with the construction. Basically in this particular chapter there are total 3 constructions that you need to know, and then we will discuss certain questions on these 3 constructions. And also about the steps of construction, I always recommend you to ask your school teacher whether you have to write steps of constructions or not. Okay, it is very important to write them, but in certain schools it is not like that important, so you have to just uh, get to know from there that whether you have to write it or not. Okay, so let's just start with our construction. Right, so let's just begin with our construction 11.1. Right, so construction 11, this is a construction 11.1, and I'm just mentioning it here. Please just pay attention here and you will be getting it very clearly. There are some steps of constructions which are written over here on the right side, and what you have to do is you just have to follow these steps and you will be getting your probably your your construction. So first of all, the statement for this construction 11.1 is to divide the line segment in a ratio. This is the given statement for the construction. So these are basically two, they are basically the figures which are both same. Okay, for the better view, for the better version, I have used another picture here so that you can just view it better, and you can just draw it better. So basically in the construction, more precise your construction, more accurate your construction, more good your diagram will be. Okay, so you just have to take care of your scale factors and everything. Right, so let's have a look on these steps of construction. Before beginning, draw a line segment. Basically in a particular question you are given, you will be given a certain line segment's length. Right, here the line segment is 7.6. I don't know like how to draw good, that is why you just have to cope up with that. Right, these both are the same diagrams. In this particular diagram the angle is made upwards, and in this particular the angle is made downwards, but it doesn't have really any impact on the picture. The ratio will be same in both the cases. This is a line, let's just name as AB. Right, and this is something 7.6 centimeter. That's all. Now what you have to do is draw an acute angle BAX on base AB. Right. Okay, so acute angle is basically the angle less than 90 degree. Am I right? So draw the acute angle using the D or using a construction. Okay, this is how you can draw the acute angle and just mark as X. Okay, now whatever the ratio will be given in the question, let's just suppose in the question it is given 3:4. So just add both of them. It will be 3 plus 4 equals to 7. So you have to draw 7 arcs here. You just have to draw the number of arcs that is mentioned in the question, the sum of the ratio mentioned in the question. You have to draw that much of arc. For example, in this particular question we have drawn 15 arcs, 13 arcs, because the ratio was 5:18. So we have to just plus add them, and then what we are getting, we just have to draw it. So I am just considering 7, right? I am considering 3:4. At the equal distances, you have to make the 7 arcs like this. Just name them as A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6 and A7, like this. Right. Now what you will do is, this is 3:4. For the last, you have to just join the last, this is the B point and this is your last. You have to join both of them like this. Right. Now what you will do is, you will need a protector is a D, and you will measure this angle. Right. Now it is 3:4, so you have to go to the third arc. Right. Whatever this is, let's just suppose this is angle X, so just make the equal angle X here. Right. And draw the parallel line which cut this AB at a certain point, let's just suppose C. Okay, basically both the angles will remain same, then only you can draw the line. Right. So this line is cutting at this point, so this will be your 3:4. This is your 3:4. This is how you can divide the line segment in a 3:4. I hope that's clear to you. This is very easy. You can have a look on this justification. You can see that both these lines are parallel. Right. According to the BPT, that is basic proportionality theorem, we have studied in chapter number 6, triangles, when the parallel lines, when there are two parallel lines, when there is a parallel line which is drawn parallel to the third side of the triangle, then both these sides which are intersecting, they are basically in the ratio. Right. It means this will be, this divided by this will be equals to this divided by this. This is what that means, that AA3 divided by A3A7 equals to AC by AB CB. Right. You can see that it is approximately, there are, since they are equal arcs, the distances between these arcs are equal. So this is 3:4, so it means this is also going to be 3:4. This is the particular justification for this kind of construction. I hope this construction is clear to you. You just have to draw the line segment whatever length is given, then you have to draw an acute angle, whatever ratio is given in the question, just add this ratio and you have to draw the addition number of arcs on that particular acute angle ray. So I have drawn the arc, and you have to draw the equal arcs in such a way that the distance between each arc will remain same. Then you have to just join the last arc with the B. Then whatever is given, like 3:4 is given, so you have to take 3 and you have to take A3 and you have to draw the parallel line and cut it at a certain point, say it be a C or P, anything you can take. Okay. How can you make a parallel line? Just have to measure this angle, this particular AXB angle, and you have to make the same AA3C angle. Okay. When you will be making the same angle, you can draw the parallel line, and whatever it will be cutting, that will be your 3:4. I hope that construction is clear to you. In case of any queries, feel free to ask. As you already know that construction is something you should know, right? So feel free to ask. Okay, so as of now, the construction 11.1 is clear to you people. Let's move ahead with construction 11.2. Right. So this is your construction 11.2. So what is the statement for this particular construction is, to construct a similar triangle of the given triangle as per scale factor. This is your given statement for this particular construction, right? This is your given statement. You can have a look on this statement and you can just understand them, that what it meant, and then I will tell you how you can just draw it, right? So this is a particular statement for the construction 11.2. As the name suggests, we have to draw or we have to construct a triangle. Okay, so basically it will be easy for you people to understand because half of the steps will remain same. Okay, so there will be a particular line segment which will be already given in the question. You have to draw that similarly as you have drawn in the construction 11.2. So according to this particular figure, okay, I have taken BC as the line segment. Okay, so basically in this particular construction we are already given a triangle. This is a triangle we are already given, like the sides are given, so you have to just construct a triangle depend on that sides and angle, right? This is already given. Now what you have to do is, you have to, the triangle is given from the base of triangle as you have done in first construction. You have to draw a acute angle like this. Please, I am also writing here that acute angle is basically an angle which is less than 90 degree. Am I clear to you people? And in case you people don't know about that, please go through our website and you can have a look on 9 sessions and you will be getting all the detailed explanation of acute, obtuse and other angles in lines and angles chapter, obviously. So here I'm drawing an acute angle, okay, using a protractor or using your like a compass, anything you can just draw. Okay, now what you have to do is, in that particular case, so the first construction, we have just draw the number of arcs which we obtain after adding the ratio, right? In this particular, let's just suppose we are given a ratio like 3:4 is given, so you have to draw the number of arcs which is greater than in both of them, like between 3 and 4. Among 3 and 4, 4 is greater, so you have to draw the 4 arcs. You don't have to draw the sum in this case. Like in the first construction we have drawn the addition, whatever we obtain from the addition we have drawn them as a arc, but now we have to draw the larger number. So between 3 and 4, 4 is the larger, so we have to draw the 4. Then we will just name is at B1, B2, B3, like we have done before, right? So this is the particular difference in this. In that particular construction you just have drawn the number of arcs equal to the number we have obtained after adding the ratio, and in this particular we have drawn the number of arcs which is equal to the greater ratio, right? Now as we have seen in that particular construction, we will just join them as we have seen in the last one. We just join them. We'll measure this angle. Okay, we'll just measure this angle, and since it is 3:4 we will join it also, making the parallel line and making the same angle, like let's just suppose it be x and x. So this will be your particular point where it is cutting the BC. So what you have to do now is you just have to this is the just have to measure this particular angle, this angle ACB. You have to measure angle ACB, then you have to draw the similar angle here, and you have to draw the parallel line from here. I'm sorry, I have drawn the wrong line. You have to measure the angle and you have to draw the angle here, and after that you have to cut the line in such a way that it becomes parallel, like this you can draw. And the point where it cut this AB will be, let's just suppose it is A dash B. So according to that, this particular picture we are getting this particular picture after cutting from both the sides. So this particular picture is the required similar triangle we have drawn from the given triangle ABC. So what is the triangle formed is A dash B C dash. This is the particular triangle. You can just have a look on your steps of the construction and it will be better for you to understand from there. Okay, it is very easy. You don't have to do such a mess. Whatever, just you are given only the triangle. By taking the base you have to make an acute angle, and after making the acute angle just draw the number of arcs equal to the greater ratio, and after that just like first one, just meet the last arc with your third side, and whatever will be your smallest, you just have to take that. Okay, and you have to meet it by comparing the equal angles. By measuring and drawing the equal angles, you have to make a parallel line and cut it a point. Let's just suppose it is C dash. Then here you have to mention the similar one, and here also you have to measure the angle. You have to draw the similar angle here also and draw the parallel line again, and this is what you are getting, and this is your similar triangle. I hope I'm clear by this that how to draw a similar triangle using construction. So moving ahead with our third construction, according to me, our third construction is the very easiest construction. Only 4 steps of construction are there, and this is very easy. You have to draw the two tangents from the external point. So this is construction number 11.3. This is the last construction of this chapter. You have to construct the tangents from external point. I hope I'm clear by this that in circle we have read a theorem 10.2 that the tangents which are drawn from the external point of the circle are always equal. So these are the two tangents, and this is basically how to draw that tangent. Okay, so you are already given a circle. You are already given a circle is already given to you. Now what? So let's just suppose it as a center O. So basically in the particular question you will be given the certain distance at which the particular point, or you've been given the distance which is measured as your external point. Let that point be P. Let's just suppose this is given as 5 centimeters. Now what you will do is just make a perpendicular bisector here. How will you make a perpendicular bisector? Just put the pointer of the compass here. Just open it more than half, like I've taught you in class 9 sessions. You can have a look there, and you will be getting the detailed explanation and PDF notes there also. So you will just put a pointer here. You will extend your compass more than half. Then you will draw the arc like this. Similarly, you have to draw arc like this. Then put the pointer here, and you have to open your compass more than half. Then again intersect these arcs, and then you will be just joining them. You will be getting your half. Okay, so this will be a certain point of perpendicular bisector. Let it be M. So now by taking MO as the radius, you have to draw, like taking MO as the radius, you have to draw this circle. So it will be somehow like this. Since it is it is the midpoint, so the circle will be drawn like this. Okay, now like this. So this is the point where I'll just change my color. So this is the point where the both circles interact. Let this be Q and let this point be R. Now what you have to do is just join both of them, and you will be getting your two tangents from the external point. I hope that's clear to you. Just your first point is just you have a circle is already given. Join this OP, whatever the distance is given. Make a perpendicular bisector. This is the midpoint. Okay, so this is a midpoint. Taking MO or MP as the center, just draw the circle. This is the circle. So this circle is interacting at these points. Name them as Q and R. Then you just have to join the external points to these intersecting points, and you will be getting your required tangents. These will be your required tangents. I hope that's clear to you. After have a look on this, that what is the major thing. You just have to do the perpendicular bisector. For perpendicular bisector, you should go through our class 9th lessons. It is very important. Okay, the detailed explanation of how to draw the perpendicular bisector is given there. What you have to just open the compass more than half, draw the arc, draw the arc. Similarly, put the pointer here, open more than half, draw the arc, draw the arc. Wherever they'll cut, just you have to make them meet together or intersect together, and you will be getting your perpendicular bisector. Am I right? So as of now, since we are done with all the 3 constructions, let's have a look on the questions too. These are the questions I have prepared from each of the constructions. So I hope you people will know how to make them. Just don't look at the picture. You have to look at the picture only for the construction, only for the question, right? just look at me, just look at what I am doing, okay, and don't look at this picture, just look at what I am doing, right? So in this particular question, each of the following give the justification of construction. Draw the line segment of length 7.6 centimeters. So our first part is to draw the line segment of length 7.6 centimeter. Since I am drawing it roughly, that is why I am taking it roughly. You have to draw it with the help of the scale, and always remember that construction has to be done very neatly. You don't have to make a mess in the construction, just make the construction very neatly. So you should be very good at your angles, at your lines, in your measurements, everything, right? Now the second step, we already know that whenever we draw this line segment, we have to divide this in this particular ratio. So our information is, this is the ratio and this is the line, this is all we have given, okay. We have to just measure it into the two parts and measure them, right? So first of all, we'll draw the acute angle. This is an acute angle. We will just draw like this. So 5 plus 8 is obviously 13. We will take the addition and we'll draw these number of arcs. I'll just make it more extended so that I can make all of them 13, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? So I've just make a roughly arcs here, but you have to open your compass with the equal distances. You have to make these arcs, right? Then you just have to join this point P with the last arc like this, right? Now what you have to do is just measure the angle. This is the angle. First of all, you have to name them like this. You can just name them. So okay, people also thought that this step of construction is something very heavy thing. So no, step of construction is just you have to write, okay, whatever you are doing in a construction. So you are very, you are in a class standard 10th now, so I know that you will be able to write on your own. You just don't have to cram them, right? So you have to measure this particular angle. This angle is A13B. This is the particular angle. Let this angle be x. So now this is 5:8, just went to this 5, A5, right? 5:8. So we'll just get with the 5. What we'll do is, we'll just make the similar angle like this, and we'll draw the perpendicular, we will just draw the parallel line like this. This is how we can just draw the parallel line. So basically it means that this particular angle will also be x. It means angle A5, this point, let it be C. So this particular angle will also equals to S, right? So this is your line segment which is dividing into 5:8 part, right? Justification is the BPT theorem. What you have to do is, now in this particular question, you have to explain that how BPT helps in getting this, and you also have to measure this AC and CB length. Let's just suppose after measuring we are getting this, and after measuring CB we are getting something. So these are the centimeters you have to mention in the question. You have to mention the justification that by BPT theorem, when the two lines are parallel to each other, the ratio of their corresponding sides are equals to each other, and that is why the ratio of AA5 to A5A13 will be equal to ratio of A3CB, and that is why you will be getting the 5:8. I hope that's clear now. Okay, let's move ahead with the next question. So our next question is to draw the similar triangle. As I always told you that never look at the solutions, just look at my board and look at the question, okay. So construct a triangle with the sides given. So the sides are already given, so I don't have any scale to draw there, so I'm just roughly drawing the construction. I'm just roughly taking this 5, 6 and 7, right? Okay, you have to draw another triangle whose sides are 7 by 5. This is particular thing we are given. So let's just suppose this be A and B. First of all, what you will do is, you will make a acute angle like this. Now from 7 and 5, which one is the largest? We know that 7 is the greater ratio, that is why we are drawing 7 arcs. like this. Okay, now we'll just make to join the last arc with the B, right? Now what we'll do is, this is 7 by 5, we'll take 5. Okay, we are done with the 7th one, so we will take 5. So fifth is your, this one is your fifth arc. You will measure this angle, you will form this angle here too, and you will form a similar, a parallel line, and you will just intersect like this is ABC, right? So we will just cut it like AB dash. Okay, now just measure this particular angle. You have to make this particular angle here too, and then you have to make another parallel line like this and cut AC at a particular point, let's just suppose C dash. So by this particular, whatever we are giving in this particular figure, this is the particular figure I have shaded. This particular figure we will be named as AC dash B dash is the required similar triangle. I hope that's clear to you. This is very easy, very easy. Just have to draw the whatever the given sides in the required triangle, then draw the acute angle, then draw the greater ratio. Have to just join the last arc with the side, this edge, this vertex. Then you have to draw the smaller one, and you have to measure the angle, draw the parallel line, again measure angle, draw the parallel line, and wherever they will intersect, that will be your required triangle, right? I hope that's clear to you that how to draw the similar triangle, right? So the last question from this particular chapter, is very short itself. In NCERT 2, only 2 exercises were there, and I've tried to cover all the possible questions in my given PDF. So whenever you will have a look on the video, whenever you will have a look on the PDF, you will be, you will be able to understand and remember what are these terms and how to construct a particular thing, right? Okay, so also you can also go through the PDF notes, and in case of any queries you can just let us know through the comments. Okay, so let's just, as I always say, just look at the question only, don't look at below. Okay, so draw the circle of radius. This is already given that this is a circle, this is point O, and this is 6 centimeters. This is already given from a point 10 centimeter. So let's just suppose this is a point 10 centimeter. This is a 10 centimeter point. Construct the pair of tangents. This is all we have to know. So this is totally 10 centimeters. So it means you have to draw the perpendicular bisector. So also you can just you have to draw the perpendicular bisector. You can't just do like this is 10 centimeter. So you can like just put a scale there, and you can just you can make the point at 5 centimeter. You don't have to do this in construction. You have to make the bisector yourself. Okay, so you will have to put the pointer here, only. Okay, and then you have to open the compass more than half and draw the bisector like this. You have to draw the arcs like this. I'm just drawing it roughly, and you have to make them meet at a particular point. Let this point be O dash, or let this point be M. Now you know that this is a perpendicular bisector, so MP will be equals to 5 centimeter and MO is equals to 5 centimeter. Please be careful that you don't have to just like put the scale and then you have to just measure the 5 centimeter out of the 10, and you can just make the 5 centimeter there. In the steps of construction, it is mentioned that you have to draw the perpendicular bisector, so you have to bisect or draw the midpoint of that line by bisecting it by drawing the perpendicular bisector itself. So be, you just have to be careful with that. So what you have to do is just taking this as the radius or this as the radius, you have to draw the whole circle. So like this you will be drawing your circle. Okay, like this you can just draw your circle. So you can see this is the particular point where they are meeting, and this is also a particular point where they are meeting. So what we are doing is we'll just name them as Q and R and whatever variable you want to. Now these are the 3 points. This is the point where they are intersecting, and this is the external point. You just have to Okay, you just have to put the scale here and you have to join them like this. Oh lord, just join them. I'm not able to join them. You just have to join them, like with the help of a scale you can easily join them like this. Okay, and like this. So this is basically PQ is equals to PR from theorem 10.2 we have studied in class 10th only, right? So PQ and PR are the pair of tangents we are getting. I hope that's clear to you from this particular picture. Have a look on this picture, and since I've drawn with the different pens, I hope you will be able to recognize what I've done. Okay, and if you're not able to recognize, look at these steps. You will be able to recognize each and everything. And this is all for the circles. So here I'm writing the important points for the circle. So sorry, constructions. So this is your chapter number 11, constructions. So what are the points to remember in this particular chapter? First point is construction 11.1 is to divide line segment in the given ratio. Okay, our second construction is construction 11.2 to construct the similar triangle of the given triangle as per scale factor, right? Our third is construction 11.3, that is to draw or construct the pair of tangents from the external point of the circle. I hope that's clear to you. This is all you have to do, and also don't forget to draw the perpendicular bisector yourself. This is very important, and not in this standard only. You will be getting this perpendicular bisector thing in the maths every time you will be studying the maths. Okay, so I hope that's clear to you that how you can just do this chapter. So this is all for the construction. In our next session we are going to start with our next unit, and very much important unit, that is trigonometry and the applications of trigonometry. And that is very important unit for you people, because you are going to study trigonometry for the very first time, and that is very important chapter for the mathematics. So as of now you have studied different chapters, like I've done with the 9 chapters of the class 10th. So in case you are facing any problem in any chapter, you can just let us know by commenting in the comment section of that particular video, and me and my team will definitely reach you, and we will try our best to help you people. So I hope uh, you people will easily understand what we are trying to explain you. So that's all for this chapter, and I hope you people will be able to understand things, right? So that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Have a very lovely day.